Alright, and we are oh shit. Alright, and we are recording. So, after finally getting through the prologue, which was a lot longer than I wanted it to be, finally going to get into the meat of the story. Day 1 recollection of 10 years ago. Morning of her birth. Oh shit, it's still doing this. Hold on, let's see this one first. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. This is the right one. I am the bone of my soul. Steel is my body, and fire is my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades, unknown to death, nor known to life. Have withstood pain to create many weapons, yet those hands will never hold anything. So, as I pray, unlimited blade works. Man, I hope the volume settings are good. When I came to, I was in a burning field. I guess there was a big fire. The familiar town had turned to ashes, and it looked like the remains of a battlefield from a movie. But that didn't last long either. The fire had died down by the time the sun rose. The tall wall of flame had shortened, and most of the buildings had fallen. It felt strange, being the only thing in that place that still had its original form. I was the only one still alive around here. I must have been really lucky, or my house was built in a very lucky spot. I don't know which it was, but the point is, I was the only one left alive. I felt that since I survived, I should live on. I started walking aimlessly, because I thought it would be dangerous to just stay there. I wasn't really concerned about getting burned up like the people lying around me. Probably because, over and above not wanting to be like them, I had a stronger feeling in my mind. But still, I had no hope. I was already a wonder I was still alive, so I couldn't expect to be saved. I won't survive. Whatever happens, I won't be able to escape from this red world. It was such an absolute hell that even a small child could understand it. And I collapsed. Was it because there was no air? Was it because no function was left in my body? Anyway, I collapsed and stared up at the clouded sky. Everything around me was burned up, and I could see many shriveled people. The dark clouds loomed overhead, telling me it would rain soon. That's good. The fire will be put out once it rains. In the end, I sighed deeply and looked up at the sky. I say to myself that it hurts. I say so on behalf of all the people who couldn't even say so. That was 10 years ago. After that, I was miraculously saved. My body survived. But I think all the other things about me burned up and were reduced to ashes. If you take away a child's parents, home, and all such things, there's nothing left for him. That's why there was only my body. I think it's a simple story. In other words, in order to let my body live, my heart died. I hope everything's alright. I'm dreaming. Huh? I squint my eyes at the white light. It's so bright, I think. It was just light entering my eyes when I woke up, but I'm not used to it. I probably didn't even understand what the bright light meant. Huh? When my eyes focus, I'm surprised. I'm lying on an unfamiliar bed in an unfamiliar room. I'm surprised, but the room is so white and clean I feel safe. Where am I? I look around. The room is big and there are many beds. A person is in each bed and everyone seems to be hurt. But nothing feels ill in this room. Everyone who's hurt is someone who was saved. I relax and let my eyes wander. Outside the window, the bright blue sky was unbelievably beautiful. After a few days, I finally understood. I could clearly remember what had happened in the past few days. Even so, I was no different from a newborn baby. Not just a metaphor, it was close to the truth. Anyway, it was a terrible fire. I had been saved from it, was in the hospital with my body wrapped in bandages, and my parents were gone. I didn't get the situation, but I vaguely understood that I was alone. I think I understood quickly. Well, there was nothing but children in similar situations around me, so all I could do was absorb the fact. Hey, Bush Titty. And after that, that man came right when I was beginning to worry what would happen to me next. He came on the day my bandages were taken off and I was able to eat without help. Wrinkled coat and a combed hair. The man, a bit younger than the doctor, felt more like a big brother than a father. Hello, you must be Shirou-kun. A smile that seems to melt into the white sunlight. I think it was a suspicious voice, but a very kind voice. I'll ask you directly, which would you prefer, to go to an orphanage or to be adopted by this man you've never seen before? That man was saying he could adopt me. When I asked him if he was a relative of mine, he just said I was a stranger. He looked like an unreliable guy with no future. But it made no difference, as I knew nothing about either one, him or the orphanage. So I decided to go with him. I see. That's good. Get ready quickly then. You should get used to your new place as fast as you can. The guy quickly started packing my stuff. His packing wasn't very good, even in the eyes of a child. Then, after making a big mess... Oh, I forgot to mention something important. I have to tell you this one thing before you come with me. Is that okay? He turns to me lightheartedly and says, oh, shit. Is that okay? He turns to me lightheartedly and says, yeah. To start off with, I'm a sorcerer, mage, but whatever. He says it in a serious, exaggerated tone. It happens in an instant. Come to think of it, now I was really a child back then. I automatically believed those words. Wow, you're awesome. I guess I said it with the bright eyes. Since that time, I became his child. Actually, I don't remember what I said back then, but my father would always talk about that day. He would remember and retell the story again and again. So for my father, Emiya Shirou, that might have been the happiest day of his life. So, I guess it was strange for my father to tell me that he was a mage, but I was strange as well for admiring that. And thus, I became an adopted son, and my last name became Emiya Shirou. When I said my name, I was really proud of having the same last name as Kiritsugu. I'm dreaming. A story from my childhood. It was when I finally convinced my father to make me his student, so it must have been about 8 years ago. When I was old enough to stay home by myself, Kiritsugu started to leave the house on a regular basis. He would say in his normal tone that he would travel the world and actually act on these words. That's how it was after that. It was normal for him to leave the house empty for a month, and he sometimes wouldn't come home for half a year. The Emiya house is a big Japanese-style house, and Kiritsugu and I were the only ones living there. I was perplexed at this house at times. It was too big for a child. But still, I liked my life here. Emiya Kiritsugu would come home from his journeys and tell me lots of stories like a child. And the child who shared his last name would be at home waiting for those stories. I was always alone at the house, but that loneliness would all fade with the stories he brought back. The father who was always chasing his dreams like a kid. His attitude was astounding, but he always seemed dazzling to me. That may be why I wanted to be like him someday. Well, on top of that, looking at my ever-dreaming father, I felt I should become reliable myself. The 31st of January. One day, I hear a sound. I hear a heavy, old, rusty-sounding door as the door opens. Light enters the dark shed. My mind waking up. Senpai, are you awake? Feels the cold air and the approaching footsteps. Good morning, Sakura. Yes. Good morning, Senpai. Sakura smiles and nods as if accustomed to the situation. Senpai, it's morning already. You should have more time, but Fujimura-sensei will get mad if you stay asleep here. Oh, you're right. Thanks for coming to wake me up. It's no problem at all. You're always up so early. I can only come and wake you up like this occasionally. Huh? Sakura seems more upbeat than usual today, as if she's happy about something. Really? I think you wake me up quite often. Though Fujini always hits me to wake me up, so I'd rather have you make me up. Well, I guess I'll try harder next time. I answer her with a sleepy head. I don't know what I'm saying with my mind not fully awake. Alright, but I'm happier when you don't try. Sakura is giggling. I guess my head was still dozing and I said something weird. Give me a second, I'll wake up. The cold outdoor air helps in situations like this. The chill works well to beat the sleepiness out of my head. In front of me is Mato Sakura, my junior at school. This place is a shed behind my house, and the time is now 6 o'clock. Senpai? Yeah, I'm awake now. Sorry, I guess I did it again. I have to help you cook breakfast too. It's fine. You were up late again last night, right? So you should take your time in the morning. I'll get breakfast ready. Sakura says so in a happy tone. It's unusual. Sakura really seems to be in a good mood this morning. I can't let you do that. I'll get up right now, so let's go to the kitchen together. All right, I'm all set. No, shit. All right, I'm all set. Let's go, Sakura. Uh, Senpai. Hmm? What? Is something wrong? No, it's nothing, but I think you should change before you go back to the house. Oh, that said, I looked down at myself. I fell asleep while I was working, so I'm still wearing my overalls. Being my work clothes, they're pretty dirty. I can't imagine what Fujini would say to me if I went into the house like this. Ugh, I guess I'm not awake yet. I'm a bit out of it this morning. That could be. So you rest here for a bit, and I'll take care of breakfast. And you know, if you keep this place a mess, Fujimura-sensei will get mad at you. You're right. I'll go after I get changed. You go on ahead. Yes, I'll be waiting, senpai. Sakura leaves. Well, I have to change into my school uniform and clear up this mess. The shed is built on the edge of our yard, and just as it seems, it's a warehouse we put all our junk in. But for me, it's a place of treasures as I've enjoyed messing with things since I was a kid. Father didn't allow me to go into the shed, but I always sneaked in here. As a result, it became my base. For me, Emiya Shirou, I guess you could call this place my real room. The big Emiya household doesn't suit me, and I can only relax in this space full of junk. Besides, it's a waste. Even if it's junk, you can still use it. Most of the things in here are appliances that can't be used anymore. Did I bring all this junk in here because I like this place, or did I come to like it because of all the junk? Anyway, since I was always sneaking in here, it became my hobby to fix the broken things. It's not like I get attached to things. I think it just annoys me not to use things that can still be used. And just like that, I was fixing up the stove all last night. I guess I'll finish this tomorrow. It seems I don't have enough concentration seeing how I fell asleep halfway. I shake off the feeling of disappointment in myself. I gather up the parts of the stove and put them on the shelf, full of things waiting to be fixed. There are no spaces on this shelf full of things awaiting repair. An old VCR waits after the stove. I guess I'll ignore the fact that Fujini broke both of them. Alright. I change into my uniform. This place is just like my room and holds changes of clothes along with other things I need. It also has lots of blueprints and junk, the results of failures from when I do my training. There's also some kind of old design inscribed on the floor. It's like an altar or something. Well, let's get today started. Clapping my hands in prayer to the shed, I head for the house. I emerge from the shed. The Emiya house is a Japanese-style house in the outskirts of town. My father wasn't much of a respected person in town, but he somehow had this huge house. That on its own is a mystery, but it also seems he didn't have any relatives in Japan. That's why the house became mine, and no one else's when my father died. Though, to be honest, I don't have that kind of management ability. Old man Fujimura is in charge of complicated things like inheritance and property taxes. Old man Fujimura is the big landlord in this neighborhood. According to father, the old man's like a yakuza boss. Of course, this is just prejudice. He's not like a yakuza boss. He is a yakuza boss. Hmm. Well, that's a problem in itself, but I prefer to ignore it. It's certainly true that he's energetic and scary, but he's actually not that bad a person. It really helps me as he pays a lot when I tune up the motorcycle he likes to ride. Yeah, it really did push Teddy. It really did escalate. Anyway, that's why I'm the only one living in this big house. It's been 5 years since Father died. The days have passed quickly. I sigh, thinking about how much I've grown in those 5 years. I've trained every day to be like Kiritsugu, but it's not that easy in reality. It's natural because I had no talent to begin with, but what can be said about having no improvement at all in 5 years? To sum up the present in one sentence, my goal is so far away that I'm not even at the starting line yet. Hmm. No, I guess it won't do any good to rush. For now, I have to do what I can. Well then, right now I should. That's right, gang. There's a choice. Uh, should I go finish my daily routine or should I go help Sakura? Enter the comments now. It should be said that in the old way that the game was set up, stuff like this did determine what route you quote unquote went on. But I have the game set up in such a way that we're stuck on the main first route. So whatever you want is just like what you want to do. This isn't actually determining anything. It's just like fun scene. Okay. There's one vote for helping Sakura. I have my own opinions. Does the other viewer want to weigh in? Or are you cool with just helping Sakura? Alright. We're all in agreement then. I'll go and help Sakura. That's right, I have to go and help Sakura. I'd feel bad for both letting my junior do all the work and for Sakura coming home here so early in the morning. But I'm too late. It seems breakfast has already been made. I can smell the elegant scent of breakfast befitting Sakura. Sakura has finished cooking and is opening the cupboards. I can see all that she has left to do is set the table. I'm sorry. I'll at least get the dishes ready, so you go and sit now. Huh? Oh, you're here already, Senpai? Not already. We're usually eating by 10 past 6, so I certainly slept in. I don't think so. You're not in any clubs, so this is still early for you. Clubs have nothing to do with this. When you bring clubs into it, the problem is that you come here when you have morning practice to go to. You come here when you have morning practice to go to. Uh, no, I'm doing this because I want to, so please don't worry about my club. Yeah, you always say that. That's why I wake up early. Clubs or not, it's rude for me to sleep in if you're going to be here. For me, waking up early is waking up before Sakura gets here, and sleeping in is making Sakura prepare breakfast on her own, like today. Though it has only been a habit for a year and a half or so. Anyways, you take a rest. We only have to set the table, so at least let me do that. I stand next to Sakura and take out the dishes. Sakura is stubborn at times, and in situations like this, she won't rest until she's forced to. Oh, then I'll help too. I'll load the plates and then you can take them out. No, I'm saying I'll do it all myself. That won't do. You're head of this household, so you should just sit contentedly in the mornings. Sit contentedly? A head of household who leaves you to do the work by yourself is a failure. It's okay, so go to the living room. That's right. Please be a failure. This is repayment for letting me eat good food all the time, so if it's possible, I'd like for you to rest. Hey, we're going 50-50 on the groceries, so you shouldn't worry about it. I should be the one thanking you since you've started coming here. Our meals have improved. Oh, I knew it. So you don't get it, do you, Senpai? That's not why the meals here are so good. Huh? What do you mean that's not why? No, it's nothing. But please take responsibility, because I can't eat a pleasant meal anywhere else anymore. Idiot, don't say weird things. What if Fujini hears that? She doesn't understand jokes. You're right, it would be a big problem if Fujimura-sensei overheard that. Right, don't say so much weird stuff. Yes, I won't. I I won't say anything, so I can help you out, right, Senpai? Sakura looked up at me, naturally and calmly. Fine, do what you want. If you want to help so much, go right ahead. Yes, I'll do as I please. Geez, you really don't listen to anything I tell you anymore, do you, Sakura? That's true. Maybe I'm becoming more like Fujimura-sensei. Speaking softly, Sakura reaches up for the cover. Her silky hair and smooth skin catch my eye. How can I put this? It's troubling. She must be maturing as she really seems feminine these days. Her casual movements and her figure are so beautiful that I instinctively look away. Senpai, is something wrong? No, it's nothing. Don't worry, it's nothing. Hmm? Honestly, why am I feeling tense around my friend's sister? After all, Sakura's not like that. She's a good underclassman and a junior I need to take care of. First of all, the relationship between me and Mato Sakura is just that of a senpai and a junior. She's the sister of a close friend of mine, but since she's a grade below me, we weren't that close. That all changed a year and a half ago, into this cooperative kind of relationship. Sakura came to cook when I was injured, and after that I think we just ended up like this. I think we intended to do it until my injury healed, but some trivial thing came up to make her stay with it. Anyway, Sakura's a good cook, and perfect at cleaning and doing the laundry. It's a big help to have her helping around here in the mornings, but it's been a bit troubling recently. The problem's not Sakura, but me. Frankly, Sakura is beautiful. She's one of the best looking first years, and I'm sure there are lots of guys who want to date her. And on top of that, she's been growing in certain places recently, and some of her casual gestures started catching my eye. That's what I mean by a small problem. Maybe I'm just feeling guilty about being attracted to my friend's sister. Usually I'm fine, but when I'm caught off guard like just now, I blush. Does this make me unsuitable, senpai? Oh, shit. Continue. I really should turn that off. Breakfast is placed on the table. A perfect breakfast consisting of chicken salad, cooked salmon, spinach, radish, and carrot miso stew and yam soup. It's a lot for breakfast. Itadakimasu. Sakura and I bow and start our meal quietly. The sounds of our chopsticks echo. Sakura isn't the talkative type, and I'm not versatile enough to talk while eating. Naturally, mealtimes are quiet. Usually it's louder, but today the loud person is... She must have been watching spy movies last night as she's eyeing us while hiding behind a newspaper. Fujimura-sensei, don't you think you should read the newspaper during... You shouldn't read the newspaper during meals? Fujini ignores Sakura's question. She's acting weird, but Fujini always acts in suspicious ways during breakfast. Sakura must be used to it, as she continues to eat with no particular care. Sakura prefers to make Western foods. She learned to cook Japanese food after she started coming here to help. Fujini and I prefer Japanese, so Sakura learned to make Japanese food for our breakfast. Now she's so good, she's almost surpassed me, her teacher. The salmon is especially good, it's cooked to perfection. Her miso soup is tasty, and she has shown some capacity for even making yam soup by grinding yams. Actually, I think this is the first time she's made it. Sorry, Sakura, can you pass me the soy sauce? There you... Oh, wait, senpai, your soy sauce is empty. Fujini's will do then. Can you get it? May I, Fujimura-sensei? Fujini nods. Her newspaper trembles. There you go. Are you going to use it on the yam soup? Yeah, you usually put soy sauce on yam soup, right? I put the soy sauce into the white yam soup. After stirring it, I put it on the rice and take a bite. The stickiness of the yam and the taste of the soy sauce. Oh, this is terrible. This is oyster sauce. I almost throw it back up. Fujini throws her newspaper away. How's that? Was my plan to switch the labels earlier this morning? It was my plan to switch the labels earlier this morning. The female spy throws up her arms to show her happiness. What are you thinking? You're always like this even though you'll be turning 25 this year. God, I can't believe they think that's old. Did it teach you a lesson for what you did yesterday? It's divine justice for picking on me with everyone else. Divine justice doesn't come to people. From people. I thought you were calm, but what's this you were thinking about? That's right. That's why I have to go and start grading exams now. Yep, I should hurry up. Eugenie sits back down and finishes her breakfast quickly. Thank you. Breakfast is lovely as always, Sakura-chan. Thank you, Sensei. I'm going on ahead then. I'll get mad if you two are late. And she runs off. Something wrong with the world in which that thing is a teacher. She teaches English. Senpai? Sorry about that. Fujimi didn't really take the time to enjoy your breakfast. No, it's not that. Did you do something to her yesterday? It's a bit much for Fujimura-sensei to play with food. Well, yeah. I accidentally called her by her nickname. I guess it can't be helped in that case. You didn't apologize to her, did you, Senpai? Sorry, I forgot since it happens all the time. You mustn't. Fujimura-sensei doesn't like you calling her so, Senpai. You made her cry again, didn't you? I made her run away again, too. Yesterday's English lesson was a self-study because of it. And I was awarded a student honor written on a note paper, but I threw it away. Geez, it was all your fault then. Fujini is like a big sister for Sakura, so she's basically on Fujini's side. That's good in its own way, but I wish she'd consider my situation when I have to deal with Fujini 24/7. Fujini was originally an acquaintance of Father's, and she's been coming to this house a lot since I was adopted. She started to show up even more after Father died, and she's now almost a dependent, eating breakfast and dinner here. Yeah. No. Maybe she's why I was able to make it on my own even after my father died. Fujini, Sakura, and I are now the residents of the Emiya household. But I'm the only one who knows that my father was a mage. It's said that mages must hide their identities. That's why I've been hiding the fact that I'm learning magic ever since I became my father's student. I say I'm learning, but I can't even cast a single magic spell yet properly. With this kind of skill, it wouldn't make much difference whether I hide it or not, but because it's how my father wanted things, I trained secretly since then. And he keeps it a good secret. I finish breakfast and prepare for school. I clean the dishes with Sakura while listening to the news on TV. Once I played one with that trope, and that would have been so good. Siren Song of Tank on the weekend. It's fine. I'm not gonna, can you delete that message? Oh, wow. No, it's fine. Sakura is staring at the TV screen. Over the screen runs an exaggerated teletype reading, "Gas leak, accidents continue." It seems there was a big accident in the neighboring town of Shinto. It happened in a building in the business district. It seems a whole floor of people ran out of oxygen and fell unconscious. They've called it a gas leak, but this kind of accident is happening often recently. Are you worried about the news, Sakura? No, not really. I just thought it's near... Senpai, your workplace is in the Shinto area, right? Yeah, but it's not really a big place. I don't think an accident like that would happen there. But it's not a risk I can completely ignore. Gas leaks can happen in any building, and on top of that, it hurts to think that hundreds of people are suffering. It's said that accidents are happening often because of defective construction work during the rapid development of Shinto. Whether that's true or not, I certainly don't want any more victims. It is dangerous. We'll have to be careful here too. Oh, don't worry, Senpai. I check the gas twice every time. Sakura boasts with pride. No, that's not the point. Yeah, I thought so before, but Sakura's a bit off too. Senpai, did you lock the back door? I did. I bolted it. Is there a problem? Not at all. Then I'll lock the front door now. When will you be home today, Senpai? I think I'll be a bit late. What about you? I'll be back at the usual time. I'll probably be here earlier, so I'll start getting dinner ready. Yeah, that'll help. I'll try to come home early too. We lock the gate. Sakura and Fujini also have keys to my house, and the rule is the last person out locks up. Let's go. You won't make it to morning practice unless we hurry. Yes, let's hurry then, Senpai. We walk down to the town together. Passing the long wall and going downhill, we reach the residential district. My house is on top of the hill, far away from the center of town. Going down the hill takes us to the residential district, and beyond that... We reach the crossroads at the center of this town. From here, there are many roads, a big bridge leading to the neighboring city, a hill road that leads to Ryudo Temple, the residential district on the other side of town, the shopping district Sakura and I always use, and the school we're headed to right now. We head for the school without stopping elsewhere. We don't talk much as we walk up the hill. Since it's still 7 o'clock, there aren't many others on the road. Other than us, all you can see are a few others heading up to their morning practices. Well, see ya. Have fun at your club. I part with Sakura at the school gate like usual. Sakura's in the archery club, so we have to part here in the mornings. But today Sakura doesn't go. Sakura, are you not feeling well?
No, that's not it, but, would you like to come to the dojo?
No, I've no business there. Anyways, Issei asked for me, so I had to go to the student council room today.
I see. Sorry for troubling you then.
Sakura bows.
I'll be going now. Please look forward to dinner tonight.
Sakura runs off like she's ashamed of something. What? I wonder what that was all about. Sure, I can be a bit thick myself, but like, man. Yeah. Next time that won't happen, I think. If I remember. Bruh, yeah, right. Issei, you there? I am. You're a bit late today, Emiya. He must have been studying, as Issei looks up from the paper he's reading. Just you, Issei? Where are the others? Shouldn't they be here now as well? No. Unfortunately, our members are very businesslike. They have their set work hours, and they don't want to come in early or stay late. That's why the student council president is doing the routine duties himself, huh? I guess this place has its own problems. No. It's the kind of trouble I like. You don't need to pity me. Huh? No, I wasn't pitying you or anything. I'm not happy about that either, but I'll pretend I didn't hear it. It still means that you care. Issei, who is organizing the papers he is reading, is the big boss of the student council room. He's the guy trying his best to reform this lax student council, and he's been a friend of mine since last first year. His full name is Ryudo Issei. Despite his old-fashioned name, he has elegant features and he's really popular with the girls. He's also the student council president, so you'd think he'd take to it like a duck to water, but, hot tea is certainly a good way to start a morning. He's just sipping tea like this, so he's not that firm. As you can see, Issei has a plain personality. It's easily misunderstood, but he doesn't involve himself with love affairs nor engage in normal student recreations. It's because he's the successor of the Ryudo Temple up on the mountains. He's fine with that idea, so there's a good chance he'll shave his head when he graduates. So, what am I doing today? Well, I'd like to let you sit down and take a rest first, but I guess we don't have the time. I'll explain as we go, so bring your usual tools and follow me. Frankly, our school's budget is completely unbalanced. I know. The athletic clubs are favored, so the other clubs don't get much, right? Right. As a result, members of the other clubs are in trouble. I'm working hard to make the budget go for them, but I'm having trouble because it's not clear where the money's going. In particular, there's no solution to the shortages of heaters during winter. I see. Oh, can you hand me the torque screwdriver? The biggest one, and the conductor wire too. Yeah, I should be able to fix this. Conductive wire? Is this it? Sorry, I don't know exactly. Tell me if I'm wrong. No, you're right. So what was that about the shortage of heaters? Are there other broken ones? Yes, in the second AV room of the art club. The petitions requesting new stoves are multiplying. But there's not enough budget to meet the demand, huh? As I thought, it's just getting old. Good thing it's not broken on the inside. You think it can be fixed, Emiya? Yep, in cases like this, old things are nice because they're easy to understand. It's just a shortened connection, so it should last the whole year if we replace that. I see. Good job, Emiya. I'm always so pleased when you're so reliable. You're wording it weirdly, you say. Oh, I'll be finished soon, so could you wait outside for a bit? All right, I'll be out of your way. Issei leaves the room quietly. It seems he assumes that I'm going to do something delicate. Well, it is delicate, but I place my hand on the old electric heater. Usually, even if you're used to fixing things, it's hard to figure out what's wrong with it just by looking at it. So the fact that I figured it out means that what I'm doing is not ordinary. I block off my vision and look inside the heater with my sense of touch. In that moment, an image appears in my head. There are two places where the wire is about to break. The pipe should last a bit longer. Insulation tape should be enough for the power cord. Good. I can fix this with the tools I have with me. If the pipe were broken, it couldn't be fixed by an amateur. If that had been the case, I would have had to strengthen it in a very amateurish way. But in this case, just looking at it will suffice. That is the magic Emiya Shirou learned from Kiritsugu. Alright, let's begin. I take the cover off and start to work. I already know where it's broken, so the rest is easy. Man, this is the only thing I'm any good at. That's right. Emiya Shirou has no talent for magic. Though it doesn't make up for it, I think I'm quite skilled at visualizing structures like I did just now. In fact, when I first figured out a structure and reproduced it, my father looked surprised and said, "What a useless ability." I guess my strong point isn't a useful ability. According to my father, it's already a waste of effort to perceive the structure with my eyes. For a real mage, there's no need to understand every corner of a structure like I just did. They say that the battle of the mage comes in reading the center, the core of things instantaneously, and changing it faster than anything else. That's why reading the structure is a wasted effort, as even if you do understand the structure, all you can do is determine where the magical energy could be more easily transmitted. So, all in all, it turns out my strong point is just in fixing things like this. I don't have to open them up to look for damage. If I can quickly search for broken parts and have the skills to repair them, most things can be fixed. Though, that's only the case for simple things that can be fixed with amateur knowledge, quote unquote. Done. On to the next one. I pack away the conducting wire that I used and go out into the hallway with a screwdriver and wrench in hand. Issei, the repairs are done, but in the hallway is someone else apart from Issei, a girl. I'm a bit surprised. The person talking to Issei is Tosaka Rin from Class 2A. She's a lady who lives in a big mansion on top of the hill, a perfect honor student. Good looking, smart, athletic, and faultless. She's intelligent, well mannered, and modest about her looks. People say she's the ideal woman. So it hardly needs to be said that guys at my school treat her like an idol. Though, in Tosaka's case, she's so perfect that she's considered unreachable. It's commonly believed that only teachers and guys like Issei can even talk to her. Well, to be honest, I'm a guy too. Yeah, that's right, Bush City. Eyes emoji, big time. So I'm one of Tosaka's random admirers. Tosaka looks at us like she's in a bad mood. It seems to be true that she and Issei don't get along. Oh, sorry, Emiya. I'm the one who asked for help, but it seems like you're doing all the work. Forgive me. Wow. Issei's an amazing man talking like that and ignoring Tosaka. Don't worry about it. So, we're next. There's not much time left. Yeah, the aviary room is next. It seems like it's been working badly for a while, but now it finally died. Can't be fixed if it's dead. It'd be quicker to just buy a new one. True, but it'd help if you could take a look at it. It might be dead to my eyes, but only faking it to yours. I see. Well, let's take a look. There's only about 30 minutes left until homeroom. I'll have to hurry if I'm going to fix it. I start for the aviary room with Issei, but it's impolite to ignore her completely when we've met like this. I turn back to Tosaka, who's standing in a daze. You're up early, Tosaka. I make an ominous comment, then follow Issei. We barely made it. Thank you, Emiya. I caused you trouble again. I would be a failure as a friend if I made you late during doing things for me. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal for me to be late, though. Though I guess it would be for you to be late. Indeed. Well, I'm glad we made it. Issei heads to his seat, relieved. It's exactly 8 o'clock. The first homeroom bell has rung, so Fujini should be here in about 5 minutes. Phew. I'm a bit out of breath since we ran here from the AV room. Taking a deep breath, I head to my seat. You're so noisy in the mornings, Emiya. I was wondering what you'd been doing since quitting the club, but all you've been doing is helping out Ryuda. It's not my concern, but don't do anything to bring the club into disrepute, okay? You're pretty uncommitted after all. Mato Shinji, a friend of mine from middle school, is standing in front of my seat. As you can tell from his last name, he's Sakura's brother, who was 1 year older than her. Yo, is the archery club doing well, Shinji? Of course, there's no point in telling an outsider, but it's been peaceful since a certain attention hog left. We'll do well in the next competition. I see. Mitsuzuri must be working hard. Huh? You're talking rubbish. The archery club is doing well because of me. You're just an outsider, Emiya, so you'll just embarrass yourself if you talk like you know about it. I see. I'll be careful, but I don't have any concerns with the archery club since I don't have any business there. I put my bag on the desk and pull out the chair. What's that about? You're saying you're not interested in my archery club? I said business, not interest. It'd be weird to go when I'm not an outsider. It'd be weird to go there when I'm an outsider, right? But tell me if something comes up. I'll help if there's anything I can help with. You weren't good at fixing the bows and bowstrings, right? Oh, thanks. I'll call you if there's any work to be done. Though I don't think it'll happen. Yeah, that's good. You're not cutting material if you leave work that needs to be done. Don't give Fujimura sensei too much trouble. She's scary when you piss her off. Huh? Mind your own business. You're an outsider, so keep away from the dojo. Best friend. Shinji returns to his seat in his usual manner. He seemed even more irritated than usual today. What a guy. How can you talk like that when he's the one who drove you out? Oh, you're here too, Sensei? Issei? What do you mean? You're so cold saying that to a friend who was listening out of concern. Hmm? Why would I do that? You're not doing anything that should make you worry about me. Idiot. Of course I'll worry about you. You're the sort to lose your temper easy. Some people would cheer if you beat Shinji up, but all the girls would condemn you. It's not good to let a friend get into a situation like that. I see. You're right now that you mention it. Thanks, Issei. I don't think it'll be a problem, but I'm grateful for your concern. Yes, well, as long as you understand. But it's strange. You lose your temper easily, but you're tolerant of Mato. Yeah, that's just a style. You get used to it if you hang around him for a long time. I see. Yeah, if you understand, go back to your seat. Fujimura sensei will fly in here in a second now. Haha, it's more like her to come floating in than flying in. The homeroom bell rings. A homeroom teacher usually would come in 5 minutes early, but our homeroom teacher isn't like that. For Class 2C, homeroom starts 1 minute after the bell rings, right when we hear, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. And Fujini runs into the classroom. All right, I made it. Good morning, everyone. Wham. Fujini falls over with a terrible sound. The classroom was filled with silence, in contrast to the clamor from a second ago. A sudden change of atmosphere. Just as you'd expect from Fujini, her nickname of Human Jet Coaster was just for show. But that really was a bad hit. Fujini's still on the ground, having hit her head on the platform. You can't see her expression with her head facing the ground, so it gives you a bad mental image. Hey, front row, wake her up. What? I don't want to. I'm scared she'll bite me if I go near her. She's not a mimic or anything. She won't go that far. Hey, if you're saying that, why don't you go do it? I'll pass. I'm not used to this. Me neither. Why would you make a girl do it? A guy should do it. The front row's getting noisy. As we're in the middle rows, we can't see what sort of state Fujini's in. We can't tell, so we all stand up to look. Hey, she's not moving. Has she passed out? Someone asks. If so, then the problem would be how to get her to the nurse's office. Everyone here's a warrior who's been with Fujini for the past year. They probably want to get out of this habit of taking her to the teacher or the nurse's office. Fujimura sensei? Are you alright? A brave female student calls out to her. Fujini doesn't even twitch. A sense of worry runs through the room. That was a bad fall. She hit her head right on the platform. She'd have to be invisible to come out of that without a scratch. How to get her for our baseball club? Don't even joke about that. The day she's in charge of us, we'll get into the regionals. Fujimura sensei, Fujimura sensei. It's no good. There's no response. Hey, why don't you wake her up, since you're right in front of her? What? No way. She's really dead. I'll be killed. But things could get bad later if we leave her like that. But no one wants to go near her. Guess it can't be helped. We'll all have to do that. Yeah, that. All right. All our hearts become one. Well, not Shinji and I, because we're too scared. 1, 2, wake up, tiger. Even though everyone said it at the same time, it's only as loud as a whisper. The tiger part is especially quiet, but still. A twitch. The silent Fujini reacts. Whoa, she moved? It's working, everyone. All right, continue the punishment. Everyone must be stressed for the impending exams. Even though they shouldn't, they repeat Fujini's nickname while waving their arms. Wake up, tiger, it's morning. Sensei, you're a tiger if you don't wake up. Don't give up, tiger. Stand up, tiger. Yeah, wake up, sensei. Then you'll be a true tiger. Tiger, tiger. Yeah! Don't call me tiger! A roar of lightning. She stands bravely as if the fall had done nothing at all. Huh? What are you all doing? You can't stand up in the middle of homeroom. Come on, sit down. I'll get started. Fujini stands before everyone in her usual manner. It seems all memories from the moment she entered the classroom have fled her head. Hey, it seems Tiger doesn't remember what happened. Lucky. We're really fortunate this morning. Well, I don't know if we can call it lucky. Everyone turns to their seats chatting. Huh? Did someone just make fun of me? No, we didn't. Maybe you imagined it. Alright, good. Then I'll start homeroom, so listen up. Fujini starts homeroom slowly. She chats in between the announcements, so we don't get through it very fast. So, everyone, please note the curfew. It's at 6 o'clock, so people with club activity shouldn't stay too late either. What? 6 o'clock's too early, Taiga-sensei. Can't the athletic club be exempted? Nope. And Goto-kun, please address your teacher as Fujimura-sensei. I'll get mad if you call me that again. Alright, I'll be careful. Goto-kun sits down again, not showing any signs of listening to her. How stupid of him. Fujini gets mad when she says she will. It makes no difference that he's a student and she's a teacher. He doesn't realize that she just gave him a final warning. Well, that's it for today's homeroom. Let's meet again in English class in third period, everyone. Fujini leaves, waving her hand. She's the teacher responsible for Class 2C, Fujimura Taiga. Her nickname is Tiger. You might doubt it, but it really is her nickname. People like calling her so since she has a name like Taiga, but Fujini herself hates the nickname. According to her, it's unfeminine. But she's that kind of person, so I think it's her own fault she has an unfeminine nickname. We're starting class. Day monitor, the bows. The teacher for the first period enters as Fujini exits. It's like this every morning, as Fujini continues homeroom until the very last minute. And the classes end like every other day. There are many kinds of students. One that go to clubs, one that hurry home, and ones that stay in the classroom for no reason. It looks like I won't be in any of those categories. Sorry, Emiya, about the rest of the repairs. Do you have time today? Well, I do have plans, but it's not like I'm just playing around. After all, the main reason I quit the archery club is because I wanted to prioritize work. It's already been 5 years since Father died, and I decided to start working to pay my living expenses. If you work a lot, there are some jobs you just can't refuse. Today's an example. They're restocking inventory at work, and they asked me to come if I can help. They asked me to come, as if I can, as any help is appreciated. That was written weird, I think. But it's certainly not something I have to do. They're probably just having people come in because they want to party after work. Hmm. There are two options. I. Do you want to help out? Alright, guys. Do you want to help out Issei? Or do you want to go to work? I have my own opinions, of course. Do you want to do the scene with Issei? Issei was the kid I was just talking to. He's the student council president and we have the scene about the picnic. I think her. Oh, yeah, I was also thinking help. Alright. Let's go hang with Issei some more. Oh, okay. It's something I've started. I should finish the job I began this morning. I'll change my plans. We're finishing the job this morning, right? Let's finish the repairs before the exam start. Thank you. Let's go and look at the patient in the art club then. All right. Oh, and clear the people out of the room, will you? I can't concentrate with people watching me. Of course. I won't let them get in your way. Issei quickly walks to the hallway, and I follow him out of the classroom in a hurry. The sun is already set when we leave the school building. The school gates are already closed. It's 7 o'clock and way past curfew, but thanks to Issei, we're not in trouble. Is this the day? I think they have one more day. You helped me a lot today. I'll certainly make up for it, so tell me if you need anything. Yeah, I'll let you know if something comes up. I don't think anything will, though. I didn't help him get something in return, so there's nothing I want from Issei. Jeez, I guess it is a problem to be too good a person. It's helpful to have you around, but I can't stand it when other people use you to their liking. Helping others is a good thing, but you should be more picky with those you help. You just help anyone who comes to ask you. Hmm? Am I that indiscriminate? Yes, and that's just going to let heartless idiots use you as they wish. You're a busy man, so it should be okay for you to decline from time to time. Mm, I can't really tell, but it seems like Issei's worried about me. I've been called helpful since I was in middle school, as I don't turn down any requests for help, and I don't ask for anything in return. I guess Issei thinks that's dangerous, but I'm doing it because I want to, and it's not a problem, as I decline things that I think are beyond me. It's nothing for you to worry. It's nothing for you to worry about, Issei. I know myself better than anyone. Besides, helping people is a good thing. It's not something the son of an owner of a temple should be trying to stop. Uh, but I think you're going so far that it might eventually overwhelm you. I'll take your warning. I'll see you tomorrow then. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow. Issei leaves, looking discontented. Issei's house, Ryudo Temple, is up in the mountains, so naturally our routes home go in different directions. Ugh. A white girl. I walk through the moonlit town. Walking up the road, I notice that there aren't any people around. The time is around 7:30. There should be people around at this time, but there's no sign of anyone. Oh yeah, there was some crime here in Miyama City a few days ago. A burglar murdered someone, I think. That must be why there's no one around, and why the school curfew became 6 o'clock. Gas leaks and murder, huh? It's been getting dangerous lately. No wonder there are fewer people walking around at night. It's getting too dangerous to let Sakura go home on her own. Sakura's house is in the residential area on the other side of town. Starting tonight, I should walk her home. Huh? For a moment, I can't believe my eyes. There is someone on the road, which I thought was empty. The person standing above me, as if looking down at me. Without realizing it, I hold my breath. The silver-haired girl smiles and descends the hill without a sound. As she passes, "You'll die if you don't summon it soon, Oni-chan." She says something strange. I go up the hill and reach my house. As the lights are on, Sakura and Fujini must be home already. Okay. I smell dinner the moment I enter the living room. At the table are Sakura and Fujini in the middle of dinner. It seems the main dish tonight is chicken and cream, and Fujini, who loves white sauce, is in a good mood. "Welcome home, senpai. We're sorry for starting without you." Sorry I'm late. I wish I could have come home earlier."
No, you made it. Could you wait a bit? I'll get you dinner ready right away.
Yeah, all right. I'll go and wash my hands. Make sure Fujini doesn't eat my food.
Yes, I will.
I return to my room. It's a fairly empty room compared to the shed, but since I don't have any hobbies, I think it's quite decorated. Most of the, them are random things that Fujini's left in here, though. I wash my hands, change, and return to the living room to find my dinner ready. Itadakimasu. I hope it is to your liking. Sakura is terribly modest. Her cooking skills have vastly improved in the past year. She has me completely beaten at Western style foods, and I can only barely beat her at Japanese food. Neither of us touch Chinese. I'm pleased my pupil's getting better, but it's kind of depressing when the teacher's defeated by the student. It's as good as I expected. Chicken becomes harder the longer you cook it, so it's juicier and tastier if you roast it before cooking, even though it's tedious. That's done perfectly here. It's a master skill, forever beyond the clumsy Fujini.
How is it, Senpai? I think I did quite well today.
It's perfect. The sauce is great too. I guess you have me completely beat when it comes to Western food.
Yeah, meaty food is much better than.
Oh. Yeah, meaty food is much better since Sakura-chan started cooking. With that, Fujini, who had been preoccupied with her food, lifts up her head.
Oh, Shiro, a student mustn't come home this late.
Ah. It seems she's in a bad mood now that she's seen my face, even though she was happy because of dinner. Geez, I bet you were helping someone again. That's good, but at least come home early at times like this. I even told you it was dangerous in homeroom. I said it for your sake, you know. Uh, can't you tell me at home instead of in homeroom? You wouldn't listen if I told you here. It's more effective if I tell you at school.
Sensei, I think that's abusing your authority. You shouldn't mix work and private life.
No, it's not enough for Shiro unless I go that far. He's always on the losing side because he's the one helping everyone else. He should at least come straight home and relax sometimes. The idiot. Hey, what do you mean by idiot? I'm not on the losing side if I help someone and they're helped by it. Man, I wonder if you got that from Kiritsuga-san. I worry because you like that. I don't exactly know how she's worried, as she's energetically munching down on her dinner.
Um, Fujimura Sensei, from what you said, has Senpai been like this since he was small?
Yep, he's always been like that. He's the type that goes to help people in trouble, but he's not meddlesome. He's just a bit precocious. Fujini laughs dangerously. Fujini, I'll get mad if you say too much. You too, Sakura, don't ask such boring questions. I glare at them. Fujini clicks her tongue and backs down, but
Fujimura Sensei, please continue.
Sakura is taking the lesson seriously.
Then I shall.
See, Shiro is this person who can't ignore someone in trouble. It's like helping the weak and defending the strong. In the essay he wrote as a child, he said, "My dream is to become a superhero." She's talking about things from so long ago, but it's all true, so I don't interrupt. Anyways, becoming a superhero is a goal that I must not stray from, even now.
Wow, Senpai was a real kid.
Yeah, he was some kid. He would go and help girls he picked on by much older kids, and he'd do chores around the house because Kiritsuga-san wouldn't. Man, he was he was so cute and innocent back then. So why did he grow up cooking?
Probably because of you. Kids think a lot when they see bad adults. Learn to make your own dinner before you say anything like that.
What? Fujini crumbles. Oh shit! It was Shiro said the last line. Whatever. I thought she might drop her head and repent, but Oni-chan is sad. Sakura-chan, can I have another bowl? Fujini asks for her third bowl. We'll do one more scene and then this will be the last one for tonight. Relaxing after dinner. It's almost 9 o'clock. Well, what shall I do? There's some time before my evening training. I should take Sakura home, talk with Fujini, or take some time for myself. I also think I should take Sakura home. Peanut gallery? Do you think we should take Sakura home, or do you think another one? Majority says Sakura. I haven't thanked Sakura for dinner yet, so I'll go and talk to her. Yeah, it's getting late. I should walk her home too. Sakura's in the living room getting ready to go home, having finished the cleaning. Huh? Weren't you taking a bath, Senpai? No, I'll take it later. I'll take you home first. Eh? Take me home? Yeah, it's getting dangerous outside lately, so I'm gonna walk you home. Your house is far away, so let me at least do this since you're coming here. Mm. Sakura falls into an awkward silence. Did I say something bad? I'm sorry. I appreciate your concern, but you should stay here. I'm used to going home, so I should be fine by myself. Well, that may be true, but it's getting dangerous these days, so I'll walk you home for a bit. But, if Nissan sees you, you'll be in trouble too. No. That's right. Sakura's brother Shinji doesn't approve of Sakura coming to my place. He can't object too strongly because she says she's going home to Fujini's house, but it could be a problem if I take her home. I don't care about getting falsely accused myself, but it's not good if Shinji takes it out on Sakura. But I can't walk you part of the way, right? We shouldn't run into Shinji between here and the intersection. Sakura is silent. Considering Sakura, she must not be able to ledge Shinji if I take her home even part of the way. Oh, then... Oh. Shall I walk you home? A tiger-striped English teacher appears. That's getting the lamb out after the lion. When I say it's dangerous for a girl to be out at night, adding another is just... Oh, that's right. No, it's a mistake to call Fujini a girl. For starters, she doesn't head the archery club for nothing. Her 5th Dan Kendo skills are dangerous in many ways. I guess Fujini will be fine. You should be able to fight off any molester. Right, so there's no problem with me taking her home. Is that okay, Sakura-chan? Yes, if that's alright with you, Fujimata-sensei. It's decided. Let's go then. I was thinking I should head home too. Fujini starts to walk off, taking Sakura's hand. Oh, hang on, Sakura. What is it, Senpai? Dinner was good. Thank you for everything. Yes, I'll do my best again next time if you don't mind, Senpai. Saying so with a big smile, Sakura leaves the living room. I know I'm blushing. It's troublesome, as Sakura surprises me a lot these days. Time flies. She was just a junior before, now she's a female junior to me. How pitiful of me. Sakura's like family to me, so I can't accept this change. Ew, girls and feelings. And so, the day ends. Just before midnight, Emiya Shirou must carry out his daily routine of using magic. I stretch out and adjust my breathing. I try to empty my mind. I ignore everything around me and pay attention to only what is inside me. Trace. On. As if to hypnotize myself, I murmur the spell I'm long accustomed to. No, I really am hypnotizing myself. As I have no magic crest and no knowledge of magic, a spell is only a change to myself. Normally, there are no lines in a human body to allow the passage of magical energy. To artificially change my body, to create such a line, I need enough concentration to unify my whole body and every nerve within it. Magic is a battle with yourself. For instance, at this very moment, I am inserting a burning steel rod into my backbone, metaphorically. This metal rod is the only magic circuit I can prepare for myself. When I insert it this deep into my body and connect it to the other nerves, I can finally become a mage. This is not a metaphor. In reality, something like a burning tong, which cannot be seen or felt, is being inserted into my backbone. I am a sorcerer. Emiya Kiritsugu, the man who said so, was really a mage. A living mage who performed many marvels and had touched the very structure of the world. As a young child, I admired him and asked him to teach me magic. But you cannot become a mage just through effort. It requires born talent and appropriate knowledge. And of course, I have no talent, and Kiritsugu taught me nothing of magic. He said something about me having no need for such knowledge. I still don't know what he meant by that. But still, it didn't matter to me back then. I thought that if I could use magic, I could be like him. But I was not born with talent, no strength of magic circuit, no accumulated works of magic handed down for generations. The work of magic Kiritsugu possessed, the magic crest passed down the Emiya family, can only be passed on to a blood relation. A magic crest forces a rejection on those with no blood relation. So as an adopted son, I cannot receive the Emiya family's magic crest. Well, anyway, as I don't know what a magic crest is, it doesn't matter if I have one or not. So now all it comes down to is training what I can do. If I want to be a mage, I have to learn magic to fit my nature. To be blunt, magic is a way to release one's magical energy. You could say that magical energy is my life force. It is divided into two forms: a large source, mana, floating around the world, and a small source, Ode, created inside oneself. It goes without saying that the large source is superior to the small one. The power of mana is on a completely different level from Ode. Whatever the form of the magic, a spell using the large source far exceeds using only one's own power. That is why superior mages excel at drawing magical energy from the world. It's like a filter. A mage turns his whole body into a filter, sucks up the mana from the world around him, and changes it into something he can use. This filter is what we call a magic circuit. This is the talent one born with magic, and the number of the magic circuits within you is determined the moment you were born. Normally, human beings do not have any magic circuits. To begin with, there are always very few. That is why mages pile them up generation after generation, making their children more suitable to use magic. I hear some families go too far and increase the number of magic circuits by selective breeding. Well, since I was raised in a normal family, I don't have many magic circuits, so that leaves only one method open to me. According to Kiritsugu, every person has at least one form of magic they're fit for. He said something about drawing out magical energy appropriate to use their origin, but I didn't really understand. All I know for sure is that even I have some magic I can use, and that if I train that magic, I may be able to become like Kiritsugu. That is why I learned only that magic. That was 8 years ago. After a lot of thought, Kiritsugu finally accepted me as a student. Listen, Shiro. To learn magic is to stray away from common sense. You die when you die, and you kill when you must. Our essence is not in life, but in death. Magic is only a way to destroy yourself. I guess I had no fear as a child. Kiritsugu smiled bitterly, putting his hand on the nodding Emiya Shirou. What I will teach you will bring you conflicts. That is why you must not use it in front of people, and you must not cease your practice, even though it's difficult to learn. Well, I don't really care if you break that one. The most important thing is that magic is something you cannot use for yourself, but for others. If you do that, you may become a magic user, but you will not become a mage. I guess Kiritsugu didn't want me to become a mage. I don't care about that. I don't admire a mage, I admire Kiritsugu. If I could become like Kiritsugu and be there for someone, like on that red day, that will be. I'm thinking needlessly. I feel the iron rod in my backbone slide into place. If I lose control of my breathing now, it will only be a fatal mistake. The artificial magic circuit will eat away at my body and destroy it. If that happens, I will die. It would only be an amateur failing at such an elementary step. I grind my teeth and resume the connection. After a battle like walking on needles, the iron rod finally arrives deep within me and fuses with my body. This process took me about an hour. After that much time, I'm finally able to make one artificial circuit. One circuit that produces magical energy. Basic structure. Analyze. After that, it becomes a process of naturally flowing magical energy. Emiya Shirou is no mage. He is only a magic user who can create magical energy within his body and channel it into objects. So there's only one magic possible, which is composition. Analyze. Strengthening objects. It is a magic of strengthening that reinforces the object's abilities by understanding the object's nature and channeling magical energy into it. Basic structure. Altar. Before me is a metal pipe. I will channel magical energy into it, perform the simplest magic, and reinforce its durability. Basically, channeling your magical energy into something other than yourself is like pouring poison onto an object. It is just as the blood of Emiya Shirou is not the blood of the metal pipe. Pumping different blood only accelerates its breakdown. It certainly wouldn't strengthen it. To prevent that, and to turn the poison into a tonic, one must completely understand the structure of the target and channel the magical energy into small open spaces. Composition. Reinforce. It must be easy for a skilled mage, but for me who can't even create a sufficient magical energy, it is as hard as hitting a target hundreds of meters away. The usual target in archery is 28 meters away. How much harder it is at many times that distance goes without saying. The heat in my body quickly escapes. The burning pillar in my backbone disappears, and the lungs stretched to the limit demand air. I arc my back to hold off the daze, almost making me pass out. Yeah, damn it. I failed again. There is no change in the metal pipe. It seems that the magical energy I poured into it has evaporated into the air. It's hard to improve on something that already has form. The thing I'm attempting is like adding something into an already complete work of art. Adding to a complete object risks making it less perfect. Adding unnecessary things will actually decrease the value. That is why the magic of strengthening is simple yet difficult, and only few mages use it willingly. It's not like I use it willingly either, but it can't be helped. This is the only thing I'm good at. It would be much easier if I could just form something out of clay and use that instead, but a substitute in appearance doesn't have the internal structure to match. The junk around here is a good example. When I fail with strengthening magic, I make some substitute objects to practice and calm down, but they all end up with nothing inside. I can visualize something structure easily, so I can make the outside look the original, but it's empty inside, and of course, it doesn't do anything. I wipe the sweat off my brow. Now that I think about it, I realize my whole body's sweating, like I've been drenched with a bucket of water. But I'm lucky it just ended like this. That was really bad. If I'd taken a second longer to recover myself, I would probably have destroyed most of my body. If I improve every time I come closer to death, there might be some hope. It's not even that easy. But it's true that you want to improve your magic if you're scared of death. As long as you study magic, death is always right beside you. Even a simple magic repeated every day can go off with a simple mistake, taking the caster's life. The first step of a mage is to accept death. Kiritsugu said so sadly. Maybe he meant that he didn't want me to take such a step. Saving someone means not saving someone else. A superhero is really selfish, huh? Kiritsugu said that to me when I told him I wanted to be just like him. I still didn't know what he meant, but Emiya Shirou has to become a superhero who goes around saving people, just like Emiya Kiritsugu. But I still can't even do basic things like this. Why do I get distracted by needless things at the most important times? So stupid. It's not enough to understand the structure of objects within mere vision. A skilled mage only detects what's important and channels magical energy without waste. My dream is to become a superhero. I remember what Fujini said during dinner. I don't think it's embarrassing, nor impossible. It's already determined. Emiya Shirou will succeed Emiya Kiritsugu. That's why, even though I'm inexperienced, I've done everything I can. I don't know what kind of a person a superhero should be, so I can only approach it by helping others within the limits of my abilities. I have aimed straight for that goal for the past 5 years, but when things go wrong like this, I do have doubts. Jeez, I don't get it, Dad. How can I become a superhero? I look up at the sky through the window. It's not like I can just randomly do good deeds. I think being a superhero is different from just helping others. I know that, but the question is, how can I become one? The difference between the two is the thing I failed to understand for the past 5 years. February 1st. 1 day. 2. Fate's Day night. Alright. I think that'll do it, ladies and gents. That's gonna be it for today. Exit to menu. I said exit. What is it? Return to top? There we go. Alright. Sitting here, I realize I recognize the background. Say the line, Shiro. Not yet, Bush City. That is next week. Yeah. Thank you very much, Fish Titty. It is lovely to read this in general with you here, and anybody else who would like to hang around too. But with that, I did have something that I wanted to talk about very briefly, um, but I think it would be better emphasized in a future reading. So I'm just going to sit on that for right now. But thank you for attending. Special guest, thank you for coming by. And yeah, I will see you all next week. Bye.